So Hydrilla is an aquatic invasive plant species, and of course it's growing in aquatic habitat. Its range definitely goes between 0 feet up to 25 or even 30 feet deep. So areas within that depth range are susceptible to hydrilla growth. And this is actually much greater depth than a lot of the native and even other invasive plant species are capable of growing in, which really extends its range and the area that it is possible to infest. Hydrilla spreads through a number of means, primarily through fragmentation. So if you have a disturbance in the water system, say recreation from a boat, swimming, canoeing, kayaking, fishing, or even high energy rainfall that pushes a lot of water through the system, it can fragment the plant, pushing those fragments down throughout the water system. Those viable fragments can then settle out and resprout new plants, new colonies. Another means by which it spreads is through propagules, through turions, which are above the sediment. You can imagine like a small pine cone, or through tubers, which are subsediment structures that overwinter. They have the capability of surviving for many, many years at a time, only to sprout down the line and start new colonies.
So Hydrilla appeared first, and this is the dioecious biotype in Florida in the mid-50s, and came in as an aquarium plant, and then was introduced into their waters and has been a problem ever since. The monoecious biotype that we have here came in most likely in the Potomac, Washington, D.C. area. It was first actually discovered in Delaware. But in the 1980s, it came in and was confirmed in Washington, D.C. and the Potomac, and that was likely introduced by the Park Service, introducing it as Eladia canadensis. They didn't have the right plant, and so they actually put it in there. They actually got that Eladia canadensis from another location in Washington, and that likely came in from an aquarium supplier, Lily Ponds, giving out aquarium plants to various people, and they actually probably brought it into the U.S. that way.
The extreme ecological and economic impacts are no secret. It's been known for a long time, especially in the southern states where heavy infestations have been present for quite some time, that the ecological impacts, basically we have native plant species, beneficial native plant species being pushed out of their normal habitat by hydrilla, and dense stands of a monoculture of hydrilla infesting the water body, basically growing from the sediment on up to the surface throughout the entire water column and matting across the surface. So you cannot get boats, vessels, swimming, any equipment. All of those recreational best uses are compromised within the system that has a hydrilla infestation. Moving on, we also have, again, the loss of habitat, the impacts, negative impacts to water quality, and then moving into the economic impacts, and especially in an area like the Finger Lakes where a lot of businesses, a lot of tourism depends very closely upon the overall health of the aquatic ecosystem. We're going to have a severe impact to those. Basically, the bottom line is that tax dollars are going to be impacted. We're going to have a loss of property values along water bodies that are infested. The loss of the recreational uses, again, businesses that depend on boat rentals and tours. And then overall, ultimately, we're looking at millions and millions of dollars of management costs to keep these waterways open so that the best uses can still be utilized.